We're at AMF Price Lanes for the top 10 Prep Boys Bowlers Gazette Championships. Interesting match. We have two brothers bowling against each other for the first time on Bowlers Gazette. Tony and Mike Reeger. This is Tony. And he makes his spare. Now we get the first chance to see Mike for this year. Mike was in this tournament last year in the competition. Rolled on TV and lost out to Jimmy Johnson III. Bowled an excellent game, but Jimmy was hot and Mike ended up losing that match. He wants to redeem himself this year against his younger brother. Mike is 12. This is his 5th year of bowling. And he gets a strike. It was Brooklyn, but he's happy with it. And we get a second look at Tony Reeger. He's 11. He's also been bowling for 5 years. Leaves a 3-pin. Oh, just missed. Just missed the 3-pin. And Tony gets up on 21. Two brothers got interested in bowling from their grandfather and their dad. Good shot for Tony. Another Brooklyn, but looks good on the sheet. And they say their grandfather and their dad helped them with their bowling, gave them the fundamentals. They bowled this past season at Bowl-A-Rama in first state. And Mike gets himself another strike. He starts out with 3 in a row. Mike bowled his high game and his high series at first state in the Bowlers Gazette Pro-Am League this past year on Friday nights. A 3-6 for Mike Reeger. And he makes a spare, gives him a 78 in the 3rd with a spare in the 4th. Tony would like to get a double here to get a chance to get back some of those pins. And he goes Brooklyn again, leaves a 6-pin. And he converts the spare. Give him 48 in the 3rd. It's 30 pins down. And he pulls it up onto the head pin. Gives himself the 3, 6, 10. Makes a spare. Mike Reeger coming up in the 5th frame. Averaged in the 180s, high 180s this past year. Top average prep in the Newcastle County area. and he'll be moving up into the junior ranks this year. Nice spare, the 2-8. Nice conversion. And that was the 5th frame, which means we'll be back right after these messages. And we're back at AMF Price Lanes Bowlers Gazette Youth Top 10 Championships, the Prep Boys Division. Mike Reeger commanding lead at this point over his brother Tony. Mike has a 115 in the 5th frame. And he makes the spare. Tony Reeger coming up. He needs to get some strikes here to get back into this game. And he comes up a little bit light. Leaves the 2-4-5. Takes the 5 off. That puts him in a deep hole. Has a 90 in the 6th. It's about 30 pins, 40 pins down right now. And a 610. Both these young fellas had the opportunity to bowl up in Jersey again this year with the PBA Stars in the Johnny Petraglia Open. Mike Reeger. And he gets a strike. 135 in the 6th. Double for Mike Reeger. Tony qualified 2nd for the tournament. And he's having the problem today. 109 in the 7th. Into qualifying for the tournament. Jesse Francis had a 187 against Brandon Moon's 168. In the second match, Jesse Francis had a 168. Jason Calderon had a 214. And Jason Calderon lost 137 to 151 to Tony. And here we are in the final match, and Tony's not having a good day. There's a 118 in the 8th. And he tried for the split. 127. He's not happy because he knows he's lost. Mike Reeger in the 9th. Oh, 9 pin. Mike had one of the highest qualifying scores in the tournament for everybody. He had a 621 his first round, 526, 654. Ended up averaging 200 for the 9 games of qualifying. The only one to beat him was the major boys leader, Ed Rennie, who had an 1880. And this game shows why Mike averaged 200 for those 9 games. He's got a 200 game already. He's got a 2:04 in the ninth with a strike. And he has more than redeemed himself for last year's loss to Jim Johnson III. Has an excellent game, and that shows what happens when you practice and work at your game. And a 12-year-old is going to have a 230. Certainly one of the highest games we've had here the entire day. Finishes out 234 for Mike Reeger. Congratulations to him. He beat his brother Tony. Tony going to finish out the match. He's a 3-pin. And he makes the spare. And they're having a little discussion there. And Tony's going to throw his last ball, but Mike Reeger is the winner. 234 to Tony's 145. And we'll be back with more of the Bowlers Gazette right after this. We're here at AMF Price Lanes. Bowlers Gazette Youth Top 10 Championship 17th Anniversary Tournament, the Junior Boys Division. Adam Subach, our first bowler. He was the tournament leader in the competition. Took place for a whole weekend. Bowl-O-Rama, Pleasant Hill, Price Lanes. The finals right back here at Price Lanes for the second year. And here we have Josh Zdziech. Josh is 12, bowls out of Brookside. This is his first year in the junior division. Starts off with a strike. He was the top 5 qualifier last year in the prep division. Moved up to the juniors this past season and just came right up the field. And he leaves himself the 2-8. And he goes by it. He's having trouble holding on to the ball, it sounds like. Adam Subach coming up on lane 22. Adam's been in the tournament for the last 3 years that we've run it. Was a champion in the prep boys division 2 years ago. He's a bowler out of Pleasant Hill, 14 years old. Makes a spare. He's 14. He's been bowling for 11 years. People who have influenced his bowling are his dad, who's his coach, and Pete Weber, because he's his favorite pro bowler. And he gets a strike. Josh Zdziech coming up. Josh has been bowling for 6 years. Got interested in bowling by going with his mom and dad. Leaves himself a 4-7. Josh is the first left-hander we've had here today. And he's having a little bit of a problem today. Josh Zdziech up on lane 21. Almost left a split, ended up with a 10 pin. Josh has done well in the JBTs. He's won first, second, and fourth. His high game is 264. His high series is 625. And he picks up the 10 pin. Gives him 34 through 3 with a spare. Adam has 37 in the second. Strike up in the third. And he leaves a 2-4-5. Adam got interested in bowling. His grandmother got him interested with plastic pins at home. And he missed that spare. He's got a 63 through 4. Has about a 10-pin lead over Josh. Adam's high game is a 268. His high series is 698. And he gets a strike for his 5th frame. Josh Zdziech still having problems getting out of the ball. He's a 1-3-6. Makes the spare. 51 through 4. He's 12 pins down, but he's working on his spare, and Adam's working on his strike. There's the ball he's been looking for. And we'll take a break. We'll be back right after this.
Eric's okay without a sitter.
Older? He's a good kid. We've raised
at Bryce Lanes. Junior boys, Bowlers Gazette Youth Top 10 Championships. Adam Subach working on his strike. Leaves a 4-pin. Adam is a regular competitor in the JBT tournaments. He's got 1 scratch title. Also has a 2nd and a 3rd place. Oh, and he goes past that. We've seen that today more than once from different bowlers. 22 has been the difficult lane. That brings the game just about even. 1-2 for Adam. in the qualifying of the competition. Adam had a 6:17, 5:37, and a 5:89 for 17:43. And he makes that spare. Josh in the regular competition finished in 3rd place. And he leaves a head pin. In the preliminary rounds, Lonnie Clemens won the first match, 214 to Mike Harris, 177. Lost to Josh Zdziech, 183, 187. Josh makes it spare. And in the semifinal match, Josh defeated Jamar Lafate 169 to 159 to get to this point. And Josh leaves a 4-7. Gives him a 109 in the 7th. That hurt. Ball slipped off his hand. He's got 117 through 8. Adam Subach coming up here in the 8th has a spare in the 7th. He's won the Delaware All Events. He took first in the Johnny Petraglia Pro-Am in 1991. Adam rather, leaves a 3-6-10, which he converts, gives him the lead. And we'll be back right after this message. And we have a technical difficulty. We'll be back right after this. And we're back after that short break. Adam Subach shooting a split, and he misses. That gives him a 135 through 9. Gives a shot for Josh. If he gets a good mark here, he can get right back into the game. Which he does with a good strike. That closes the game up to within pins. Strike here would give Josh a commanding lead. Tenth frame for Josh. And he leaves a 6. Gives him a 1-pin lead through 9 frames. Just 1 pin. Definitely needs to make this spare to stay in the game. And he did. 137 to 135 through 9. 2 pins. Josh gets a 9 or a strike. He'll be in good shape. And he hits a 156. He forces Adam Subach to double in the 10th. Adam knows what he needs, and he got it. He needs one more. exciting finish to the junior boys top 10 tournament. Needs this one. And he comes up high. Leaves the 6, 7, 10. And he closes out 152. Josh Zdziech, our winner, 156 by 4 pins. Congratulations to Josh. We'll be back with more right after this.